and Banter Soccer Show with your host Papi and the one and only Boss Nana. Welcome to the show, Boss Nana. Welcome to the Bets and Banter World Cup show. The World Cup is a stone throw away.
The only tournament that any footballer, no matter who you are, you would like to play in. If you don't play in the World Cup, then you win. I won't say nothing.
Yeah.
For the sake of respect for the likes of Kalusha Bwale, it's fine.
No, Kalusha Bwale can say he played at the Olympics and scored a one-of-a-lifetime goal against. Hey, but Zambia beat Italy at the Olympics. Right. Nevertheless, speaking about playing at the World Cup, we would first like to jump into the big names that have missed out due to injury and failure to qualify to this World Cup. And it's so unfortunate we have certain names where I've just seen that Sadio Mane may not make it for the World Cup because his injury has progressed more, and the doctors have said that it's better off if he doesn't play the World Cup and misses out. We have Salah who missed out as well because Egypt failed to beat Senegal. We have other players such as Sergio Ramos, who was left out of the Spanish team. And we have Mendy from Real Madrid. We have Donnarumma, goalkeeper from Italy, and so many other big names.
But I think Mendy is not really even a big starter at Madrid.
No, he is a left back.
Yeah, but he doesn't usually even start at Madrid. To talk of France, which has a lot of alternatives.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. He's not a big player.
Hey.
He had to miss the World Cup.
Yeah.
And for Ramos, I think he's past his prime.
Yeah.
And he's past his generation, and there's more alternatives. Spain are gradually rebuilding. So it was expected.
Okay. But don't you think most of these young teams do need the experience as they go for the World Cup?
The Spanish team has some experienced guys in there. Is it Cabal or something?
Yeah, they do have.
Yeah, the Real Madrid guy. They have Busquets is part of the team.
Yes,
Yeah.
They left out De Gea. That was a big surprise.
I think the coach probably has an issue with De Gea. I don't know whether De Gea might have beaten his girlfriend. They don't seem to get along.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Spanish team is just typically like even the Ghanaian team, which has only the Ayew brothers
as the
only guys who had played in the World Cup before.
But the dynamic, what is showing from this World Cup is we're having a lot of this new age young players coming in to play at the World Cup.
Yeah, it's a new generation. It looks like a lot of people are folded away.
Yeah.
Some of them, most of them is their last World Cup. I mean, you talk of arguably the two greatest footballers of all time, Ronaldo and Messi. This is obviously their last World Cup. 37 and 35, they are done. They're not going to play another World Cup ever in their lives. And it's a funny feeling. People feel that one of them might win it. No, but unfortunately, Portugal will be out of the group stage.
That's a big ask. Are you saying this because they are playing Ghana first on the 24th?
Well, it's unfortunate they are playing us at their first match.
Okay.
I think we are trying tested with World Cup matches right now. We don't fear. There's nothing to fear about when it comes to World Cup matches. I mean, we have the experience, and we can stand anything thrown at us. So it's unfortunate. I wish them were in their next two matches after Ghana's match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. The World Cup is one of the biggest and the most interesting tournaments.
Don't say one of the biggest.
It is the biggest tournament in the world.
It's the epic of every football.
Yeah.
It's the World Cup, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
There's no sports
tournament
compared to the World Cup.
The Super Bowl comes second.
Forget that thing. I don't even know what it is called.
It's because of American football.
I mean, come on.
Okay.
It's nothing.
This World Cup is seen to be the most ever from the first World Cup back in 1930, the one that Uruguay won. If you have
the one that had only 4 countries.
Yeah.
Was that even a World Cup?
It was. It said World Cup. So.
Well, things start from everywhere. Those chaps were just lucky. Come up to play such a tournament
and win it twice.
I hope the second time they won it, there
were more countries. There was they won it first, then Italy, then Uruguay again.
Well,
that's the World Cup they beat Brazil in.
I don't take anything away from them. I just still feel it was just a fluke. Anybody who won the World Cup before 1950, was just a fluke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was just a fluke.
Okay.
Anyone who won the World Cup with less than 10 countries, that's nothing.
But if you think about it, from that time, there's always been a surprise. Croatia, I never thought Croatia would make it to the World Cup final.
Well. I think in recent times they are the most surprising team to have made it to the final.
Yeah.
But then, if you are a football enthusiast and follow football a bit, it comes as no surprise because France '98, they were there. They went to the semis.
Okay.
So if 20 years later they go to the final, it's not a big deal. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a big deal because they've always been good at tournaments. Just sometimes they don't even qualify, but normally when they qualify, they do well.
Yeah, and so they also do have.
I wasn't surprised they went to the semis based on the kind of players they had.
I
mean, they had players who were playing at all top clubs. Kovac, what's his name?
Kovacic.
At that time, he was playing for Real Madrid.
No, he was still at Chelsea.
He was still at Chelsea. I mean, the old man Lucas, Modric. Perisic. Like, they've always had players at the highest level who play for big clubs. So it wasn't surprising. And they had, I would say they had an easy route. I think they had a more favorable route than other countries might have had. And that's why France won, because France had to beat the very best to get to the final.
Top.
Yeah. Took out Argentina, took out one of the big clubs, countries to get there. Yeah.
Well, the World Cup is a very interesting event. And in your opinion, who do you think at this World Cup would be, firstly, the dark horses?
I think the only dark horses that might surprise people going to the semis, which will not be surprising, would be Ghana.
Get it?
Oh yeah, we are going to the semis, and you know when you get to the semis, anything is possible.
Yeah.
I think Ghana will make it to the semis.
Okay. My
and
take.
I think the World Cup will be won by Brazil.
Okay, before we get to the winners, because I've been seeing
Brazil final. I really don't know, but I feel it to be either Argentina or Germany. Germany.
I still think they have a young squad.
Germany has, and that is where you should fear them most.
Yeah.
When they have a considerable young squad with experience, they are deadly.
Okay.
Yeah, they are deadly. James is still in the team, right?
No.
He's not.
No. You have Gundogan.
Okay.
He's the oldest. Serge Gnabry, I don't think Muller qualified.
Yeah, Muller is part.
He is part of it. Yeah. Those are the experience, including the goalkeeper.
Okay.
The oldest.
It would be lovely to watch a Brazil, Argentina, or Portugal final, but my issue here is that Portugal might not even qualify out of the group.
Out of the group stages.
Yeah.
What's your main reason?
Ghana
to that?
and any other team from there.
What's your main reason to think Portugal won't leave? Is it because of what's currently happening with Ronaldo?
Okay, so we are in a group consisting of Ghana, Portugal, South Korea, and then what other team?
And the name has gone of the other team. South Korea and I think Uruguay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see all things being equal.
Because
everybody gets 4 points. Let's see all things being equal. And trust me, and put your bias aside here.
Okay.
You cannot tell me Ghana cannot beat any of the teams. You can't tell me that. I will not agree.
I will definitely fight you on this.
Which is fine. I really don't care about what you think.
No.
But
you have to, because as a pundit, I'm using fact and logic, okay?
No, but this is not logic. if you want to use, and it's neither logic or factual, because you are talking about a country which, when he puts his lineup top 11, they equally all apply their trade in the same countries that these people, and they are starters.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you for a fact of my 2 central defenders. They are all starters in the English Premier League club.
Okay.
So you can't tell me you are using logic here.
No, but I am, because
we have the best defensive midfielder, top 3, playing in the Ghanaian team. Now who plays for Rennes? Yes. Like Chelsea is even chasing. Yes.
Which midfielder is this?
Look for him.
Bosnan, I don't see.
Alice, no, look for. I thought you being the panel host, you would have done your research already.
No, I have.
This is why talent, particularly in the African team. He's a top star.
Okay.
You should have watched him against Switzerland. And I mean, why are you even trying to be degrading? We have the best midfielder in the current team leading the English Premier League. He's a Ghanaian. What are you telling me? Thomas Partey.
Oh
so you are telling me Partey will see Bruno Fernandes and shake? No way.
Okay. It's not about.
So don't say you are using logic and facts.
What I'm using here.
What are you using?
I'm using the tactical know-how.
What do you mean?
Because look,
listen. Yeah. Our coach is the assistant coach of one of the biggest clubs in Germany.
Okay.
Is Germany a less football country? You are talking about Dortmund. That is the Black Star coach. Yeah, and the technical director is a former top-notch English Premier League club coach, Chris Hughton. So don't even bring technical here.
Nah.
When you bring technical issues here, then I don't even know what they are talking about.
Okay, so
because on that,
it's like you're saying the country that, because let's talk about
I'm just telling you that the Uruguay coach is not better than the Ghanaian coach.
So you're
our technical team.
You're leaning on the Uruguayan team to lose.
No. I'm talking about all the other teams in the group except Ghana. Yes, and I'm telling you that your constant unnecessary bias about the Ghanaian team of trying to find faults and means that you feel they will not do well. Neither here nor there.
It's going to be seen.
And we always surprise people. And you know it.
No, this time around, I can see it coming that...
the last time we went to the World Cup and we reached the quarter, no team scored us even 2 goals. The least they could do is 1. That's how good we are when we are disciplined.
2010.
Yeah, 2010. And
that was your golden generation team. This is fairly a new team.
We've always had a golden generation
team. This
is
fairly a new team. New boys.
Our 2006 team was better than the 2010.
Okay.
Do you know our 2010, Asamoah Gyan and few other... Before the World Cup, when we went to Angola 2010 for the AFCON in January, Asamoah Gyan and another guy was the only oldest senior players. Yeah. We used the under-20 team that had won the under-20 World Cup the year before to the Nations Cup. And we went to the final, we were beaten by Egypt on a long goal. Half of that team went into the World Cup team, and we shocked people. So never underrate the Black Stars, especially like the way you have expectations so low. That is when they excel. We have the youngest team in the World Cup.
Okay.
Yeah. And they will shock. They have nothing to prove, and that's where it's scary.
The World Cup does need a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And
I always tell you that. Look, let me tell you something. I always tell you that the reason why African teams normally don't do well at the World Cup is very small detail, and it's normally down to discipline.
Okay.
So if we have a team that is disciplined in terms of football, we can equally play football like the Europeans, and they are actually normally scared of us.
Okay.
Until they start playing the football on a match day. Any typical European team is scared of an African team because the strength, the pace, but those small details. Corners, free kicks, those are the things that typically they use against us.
Okay.
So if you're able to have that, you're good.
Okay.
And that is where the exposure of having players playing at the top comes in.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please send in your views on what you think about Ghana and the group of death at the end, because South Korea,
which is equally nice.
South Korea is a big team.
No,
Uruguay is a big team.
They are nothing without, what is the star guy?
GC Song. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go for a really short break and we'll be back. Please stay tuned. Back, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Banters and Bets World Cup show. This is a show where we speak about the World Cup and our predictions for the World Cup. Before I get into the games, Bosana, again, which country do you believe will convincingly make it to the final and win it? And tell me why, before I tell you mine.
Okay, so my brain tells me Brazil.
Okay.
My heart tells me Ghana.
Ish.
Yeah.
No, like we say, the heart.
And I'm saying this from someone who is behind the camera who feels Ghana will win it. So I'm mentioning this for him, Mr. Lloyd.
Okay. No, I'm sure Mr. Lloyd is misled by his heart because his heart is lying to him. I believe the pressure will be too much for Brazil. Brazil has quite the best.
I disagree with you.
Yeah.
You finish, and I'll tell you why I disagree.
I feel the moment we give Brazil so much expectations, because almost every
why,
computer.
So you see why I disagree with you.
Yeah.
See, Brazil is the mother of football.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not. So on that merit, there's always expectation on a Brazilian footballer. Look, anytime a team signs a Brazilian, the highlight is that guy has to be top.
Yeah.
Look, Manchester United player Fred can start in any team in the Premier League. I'm telling you today. But the fact that he's Brazilian, if he plays average, he gets all sort of bashing. Then you have
Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say bad about him. I mean, he's a superstar.
But probably may not start, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that is World Cup is a squad thing. Because someone can get injured. You know, Brazilians, or for you to win anything, for you to win a tournament or a league or a trophy, it's won by a good squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, and per what you're saying, every time Brazil is to do something because of the caliber of who they are. They are the biggest football nation in the world. They export more players than any country to all the leagues in the world than anybody. There is no league in this world without a Brazilian.
Yeah.
Every league, no matter how poor it is,
Yeah.
there is a Brazilian in that league.
Yeah, but see, where I'm coming from is...
So see, on the merit of that, in 1994, this is a country that 1990 won the World Cup, if I'm mistaken, unless it's Germany, I'm not so sure. 94 Brazil won it. 1990 I think was Germany. 94 they won it. 1998 they went to the final. They lost to France. 2002 they won it. They went to 3 consecutive finals ever. And they won 2 out of that. The following year was 2006. That golden generation that won the 2022 failed to replicate it. They couldn't win. They were knocked out by the eventual finalist, which was France. Then in 2010, they came back. They couldn't win because they were rebuilding another team. Then they came back in 2014 where they hosted it. This time the team was strong. But they were beaten by the eventual winners, Germany, in the semis. So they lost. So would you say they were unlucky? Somehow, yes, because they met a team quite stronger than them who had done their rebuilding and were harvesting the rebuilding. Because in 2010, in 2006, when Germany were hosting the World Cup, they were in rebuilding phase.
Yeah, I remember that.
The rebuilding grew, which took them to semis, and the rebuilding took them to win the trophy.
Yeah.
So guess what? This Brazilian team seems to have rebuilt for a while now. And now they are like, you know what? We have all of us who have reached our peak. Some are going to retire after this. You had Silva. Dani Alves had been called out from retirement.
At 37.
At 39
actually. He's the oldest player at the World Cup.
Exactly. He's been called back from retirement. You have the new guys coming out from the Vinicius Junior. And history supports them because anytime they've had 3 or 4 superstars coming out, Brazil have always won the World Cup.
Okay.
From Dino in 22, Kaká was on the bench in 2002.
Yeah.
We have this Rodrigo guy in Madrid, who is not yet your biggest star yet, but on any day can beat and score any team. You have the Vinicius, and then you have the main star, which is Neymar. On a good day, should they click, they can beat anything. So that makes them the bookmakers' biggest point. And they have a solid midfield. A midfield who can play all the raw football and win all the balls. Fabinho, Casemiro, and Fred. Those are guys who would just give you head throughout the 90 minutes and they will not be tired.
But you see, I was saying I feel that they may not feel that potential because I'm looking at the Argentinian.
Well, if their coach fails to coach them well, then they won't.
They won't.
If they are going to be coached well, then Brazil will win the World Cup. Yeah, I think it comes down to, and so far he has shown that he can coach well by picking the players I felt he's picked well. I don't think he really missed out on any good player.
Apart from Firmino, which was...
Firmino, I don't think deserved to go to the World Cup. The past 2 seasons, Firmino hasn't played anything at Liverpool.
Yeah, but this season, he's been the savior.
Yeah, but then again, you compare him to the ones he has picked. The rest deserve to go.
Yeah.
There is no coach who is going to bench Gabriel Jesus. No way. Or Antonio or the Rafinha guy on the wing. Because Firmino is not a typical winger. And you cannot go to the World Cup with same players. The World Cup is Tottenham. If it's not, look, Brazil had always had the orthodox and the flair mixed up. When it's not going on, they switch. So they have typical wingers, and then they have the typical midfielders, and they have all the mixtures. So taking Firmino is like taking a Neymar, Vinicius Junior, or the likes.
Okay.
So for them,
he hasn't made the where he's got 3 right backs and 1 left back.
But then who is the right back?
At England, they have Trent Alexander-Arnold, Walker, and
no, Trent is right back.
Yes, right. Yes, right. Trent is right. Trippier is right, and Walker is the right back.
But Trippier can play left as well.
Trippier, but he's better off on the right. And from what I'm seeing, Southgate is going with a 3-4-3 formation or a 3-5-2.
Probably that's why he's playing that way.
But anyway, first game of the
World
Cup.
They have a very pragmatic approach, and that's always helped him since he took over the English team. The last World Cup when they were in the semis, which surprised a lot of people.
Yes, that one was a big surprise.
Yeah, and he has kept the call of that team today. And the same team that went to Euros, he has kept 90%.
But some players that went for that World Cup are a surprise to me. Or not even, who have been caught by Southgate, such as Kevin Phillips, who hasn't played a single game.
But his quality on
for
the
Man
day,
City.
and he plays well for him. You know, I normally cut a slack for coaches when it comes to national team. I think national team matches is just 7 matches to win a trophy.
Okay.
It's about who you believe as a player. It doesn't really matter how much or how many matches they play at the club level. Over and over again, it's always shown coaches will tell you, look, I believe and trust this footballer than someone who plays all matches, and I feel this guy is better than him.
Okay.
It's normally like that.
Okay, fine. Anyway, we'll jump into the matches. So the first game of the World Cup, which is on Sunday at 7 p.m., is Qatar versus Ecuador. What are your predictions for this game?
Before the show, you were telling me something
yes.
about possibility.
Okay, so there is a rumor
that there is some bribery.
That there's some bribery by the Qatar.
I mean, look, we are sorry, but we have a governing body which is extremely corrupt. Yeah, so if FIFA itself is corrupt, then how much a normal FA?
Okay.
Qatar FA.
Yeah.
And there's rumor that they actually bribe a lot of money to get them not to host it. So if such people can bribe,
yeah, the rumor is
the average Ecuadorian footballer wouldn't mind smiling to the bank with $1 million.
So the rumor is, ladies and gentlemen, that the Qatar, someone in Qatar is bribing the Ecuadorian team to throw their first match. So now this has mixed emotions for bettors and people out there to say Qatar going into this game knowing that they're going to lose 1-0 or something like that to Qatar. So this is where now we expect this game to end like.
I expect it to end in a draw or Ecuador to win.
Yeah.
But Qatar could pull a surprise, just being a host nation.
Like South Africa back in 2010.
Yeah, I feel it
against
could be a
Mexico.
draw.
Okay. My take on this game is because of this rumor that I've seen going around and the fact
Qatar will
that
lose.
Qatar will win.
Okay.
Qatar will win this game. A narrow 1-0 or 2-1 match. Another game that's starting on Monday, that's at 4 p.m. England versus Iran.
Obviously, England.
Yeah.
No two ways about that.
I'm going with England as well. I feel they will be weaker. They
4-0.
4-0.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going for a 1-0 win.
4-0.
because They have to.
Harry Kane 2, Sterling 1,
Eish,
and 1 from Rashford.
off
4-0.
the bench.
Whether he starts or not, you score.
Okay, Senegal versus the Netherlands. It's 7 p.m.
Netherlands are winning.
Yeah, Netherlands are winning because now Senegal are going to miss the big star in Sadio Mane, who's missing out due to injury.
Wales? I think Wales win.
The USA versus Wales. No, I'm going for the
I'm
USA
going for
here.
Wales.
I'm going for the US
Going for
because
Wales. I think Gary Bale and his boys will match them and beat them.
okay.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale, this is his last tournament in the World Cup. You know, rumor has it he may call his career quits after this. He's just won another trophy in America. I feel the American boys who call it soccer will pull up an upset, a narrow 1-0 win for me. So we move to Tuesday, 22nd, Argentina versus Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Saudi Arabia, to me, I didn't mention, these are the dark horses. This team is coached by
They are losing.
Zambia's former.
They are losing, my guy. This is 4-1 or 4-0. Yes.
I'm going for a narrow 2-1 win for
4-0.
Argentina.
4-0. Nothing. You can't tell me anything.
Okay. At 4 p.m., Denmark versus Tunisia.
Denmark is winning.
Denmark. Okay. Okay. I also expect Denmark to carry through. At 7 p.m., Mexico versus Poland.
This is tricky. This is very tricky.
This is a team that has Lewandowski.
Yes.
Someone who
That's
deliberately
what I'm
got
saying.
a red
This is-
card
Yeah.
so that he could make it for the World Cup.
I feel Poland could pull a surprise.
And who do Mexico have now? Because
I don't even know. That's why I'm even surprised.
Mexico
I don't know.
are also in a rebuilding phase.
I think Poland could
Pull a surprise. Yeah, I'm also leaning on Poland to win this game. France versus Australia.
France.
Definitely. Yeah, France would. So we move to Wednesday, November 23rd. Morocco versus Croatia.
Croatia.
Really? I'm going for Morocco here. My money is on Morocco. Yes, Croatia has a big and good squad, but it's a phased out squad now. They need to rebuild. We have Germany versus Japan. I didn't even think they qualified Japan.
Germany.
Germany, definitely. Spain versus Costa Rica.
Funny game. You say Spain can easily win, but I feel there can be an upset.
Yeah, because it is a
Costa
really
Rica,
young
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
But
Could end in a draw.
it could end in a draw. Belgium versus Canada.
I expect Belgium to win.
Yeah?
Yeah.
KDB, Lukaku,
I expect
Eden Hazard. Okay. So Thursday, 24th, Switzerland versus Cameroon. I'm going for Cameroon on this one.
I'll go for Switzerland.
Really? Because there's this Swiss player who's not there anymore. I'm going for Cameroon. Cameroon will really show us.
And for Portugal, Ghana, I know you are going for Portugal, so let's not even
Uruguay versus South Korea.
a draw.
Okay. Song Heung-min may not play the first game, coming back from an injury. He could start from the second half, but rumor has it he's not playing the game. So you said Portugal versus Ghana. You're going for Ghana.
Obviously.
I'm going for Portugal. Come on, Ronaldo, hat trick.
I think Ghana wins or
A draw.
it's a draw. Yeah.
Okay. Brazil versus Serbia.
Brazil.
Brazil definitely.
I
But
think that's the end of the first matches.
yeah, it is the end of the first games. Yeah. So from these first games, I really do hope we have exciting football because we have been waiting for this for like the longest time, and the World Cup is one of the greatest and the biggest shows ever to grace the world.
It's not the one-off. Please
repeat, the biggest showcase ever to grace football. And I really do hope for a lot of flair, intensity, emotion, and good football generally. Qatar have gone all out to host this, despite the rumors of what's going on in the background about slavery and other things. Oh, and also, if you did know, all the stadiums have inbuilt ACs.
Yeah, I mean the heat is over.
That's why it's a winter tournament when it's supposed to be in June, like always, but it's now being played at the time when there's so much heat, but they have controlled it. And rumor has it this is not going to be the only Winter World Cup.
Oh.
Yeah, they say there might be another one, say 2030, which may be in November again. This one is going to be hosted by Egypt, if they do manage to get it. Egypt and the country that's right above them. It's going to be like the one in 2002, two countries hosting it. So Egypt and another country will host it. And they said it should be hosted in November again to avoid the heat. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all we had for you today on the Bets and Banters Soccer Show, the World Cup edition. Please stay tuned for more, and please send in your predictions for the World Cup, which starts on Sunday. I really do hope that you people keep watching and keep watching the show so that we can keep letting you know how things go. Please join us again on Monday so we can talk more football with Boss Nana, so that we see how far.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's a pleasure. We will have more guests, and I hope you people do like the setup. And have a beautiful, beautiful Friday. Please stay safe. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Bye.